Shana, Tinziin, Pijela, Shiva, Minnesota, Tinziin Namdol, Shana, please welcome her.
Okay, so you both want to go, right?
Give me 1 second.
What's your name?
My name is Namdol.
Children? What's your name?
My name is Tenziin, Namdol, and I'm from Minnesota. I remember when I first heard about Tenziin. I didn't know him personally, but there was a prayer for him in Minnesota, and it was only like an hour after it happened, and there were so many people in the room, and there were so many emotions that we all felt, and it made me realize that the Tibetan community is so strong when we all truly want one thing together. Self-immolated for many reasons. To spread awareness on the religion and cultural suppression on Tibetans by the Chinese government. For more political autonomy and independence, and especially to bring awareness to the Chinese Ethnic Unity Law, a new law which promotes all of China to make a singular Chinese national identity that aligns with the Chinese Communist Party. It legally enforces the Mandarin language as a primary language of teaching from preschool to high school, which restricts local minority language education. It also requires schools, media, and government offices to teach using the officially state-backed views on history, culture, and religion. And this is propaganda to favor China. Not only is it a way to brainwash many young Tibetans living in Tibet, it also poses a large threat to the extinction of our language, religion, and culture. Without our language, Tibetans lose a vital form of communication and connection with each other, especially between the older and younger generations. Our religion and culture need to be protected so that we can connect with each other, pass down generations worth of knowledge, experience, and most importantly, it gives us something worth fighting for. Tenziin showed out for Tibet, something that many Tibetans living in Tibet don't have the freedom to do. I have family living in Tibet. I have a cousin there who's now almost 14, 15 years old, and I have never met her once in my life. This is not out of choice, but it's out of the Chinese party who refuse to let certain Tibetans into Tibet. People that speak out for Tibet, and they aren't allowed to go inside of China. But it doesn't make a difference because no matter what we do, we are all Tibetan. And it is our duty and our responsibility to fight for Tibet because people inside Tibet can't do that. Tenziin is an inspiration for everyone here. We need to look at his lifelong actions of advocating and fighting for Tibet as a lesson that we have to learn from. We all have family back in Tibet, not just me. And since they can't speak against this, like I said, it is our responsibility. And it seems like the suppression is so inhumane that the only ways people in Tibet feel as if they can make a difference to spread awareness are by extreme acts of protest and sacrifices such as self-immolation. They feel as if death is a better way to go out than living in a Chinese-ruled Tibet. There have been over 171 cases of self-immolation. The first one occurring in 1998 by Bawa Tukjingonduk, who was a Tibetan activist living in New Delhi. And the youngest having been Bawa Dorji, a 15-year-old monk. He's younger than almost everyone here. These people were so brave to sacrifice their lives for their country. So it should be the bare minimum for all of us to protest as much as we can and speak up against the Chinese government and their actions, no matter where we are. I believe that if we keep fighting for our rights and our independence, one day we will all be able to go back to Tibet, not China. I believe that we can go meet our families without worry about getting sent back. And I believe that we will be able to freely and openly express our cultural identity everywhere we go. Together! Free Tibet!